nature giving you the answer about awareness, alertness, consciousness, enlightenment, spiritual journey. The nature's answers that you get from the nature is pretty different from what you read in the book, what you listen in a video, or what someone is saying, or what some guru is preaching. So the nature's answer will be very different, and you'll actually experience the real awareness, the real consciousness, the real truth of who you really are. The question of who am I? All of these things will be truly and really experienced once you understand what nature is communicating to you. You can listen to a lot of people, you can read books, you can listen to video. All of these things will help you to ease your mind. And actually, it will make you to think a lot, and a lot of questions that will pop up. When you actually listen to a guru, the questions will be raised in your mind. And one question leads to other question, one question leads to other question. Now, with the nature giving you the answer is pretty different. Once the nature gives you the answer, your questions kind of dissolve. When you listen to a video or read books, because it's mind oriented, it will make you in a situation where more questions are arise in your mind. Because when you read book, when you listen to someone, it's mind-to-mind communication, which means that when you're listening to someone, you don't even actually listen to him properly, because your mind kind of plays and stops to listen, and it won't even allow the words of the person talking to you enter into your mind, because your mind is every time judgmental, and it actually blocks what the other person is saying. Even when you read the books, it's the same thing. Your mind actually blocks what the person is saying. And the thing is same with all the answers that you get from different people. Why you cannot understand what nature is speaking to you. Now, for example, a person speaks to you in a different language. Even though the person is saying something meaningful, you cannot understand the language, and you cannot understand what the person is saying, and it will look gibberish. And same thing will happen when you don't understand what nature is communicating with you. Actually, if you go into the nature and sit for a few minutes, you'll feel really peaceful, calm and relaxed. And also you can feel that there's a little bit of stress that is relieved, anxiety. So the nature is communicating with you in the form of energy. And everyone communicates with each other in the form of energy. The only thing is, we created a language, and the words that are coming from my mouth, you're able to understand it because it's in the form of language. Even though the energy is projected out, it's because we understand this language. You understand what I'm saying. Now with the nature, you don't understand is because you don't understand what it's speaking. But once you understand what it's speaking, then you really understand what awareness is, what alertness is, what consciousness is, what it means to be truly enlightened. All of these things will actually be answered by nature. The only problem is you cannot use your mind, you cannot use your logical mind to understand nature. Once you can, get rid of your logical thinking, and mind-to-mind conversation. If you can avoid mind-to-mind conversation with nature, then you'll really understand what alertness, consciousness, awareness is. The only thing that is preventing you not to understand nature is because your mind. It's not allowing the energy that it's projecting towards you because your mind kind of blocks it. The same thing with when you read a book. It's a mind-to-mind conversation. The only reason you can understand some part of the book may be because you understand the words, and maybe it's related, or maybe you feel like it's right. But with nature, in order for you to understand nature, you need to put your logical thinking aside. And once you can put the logical thinking aside, you can really deeply understand nature. You can really deeply understand yourself. People who are doing the videos or speaking about something, they have heard somewhere, or they are modifying what they have heard somewhere, and they're telling it to you, and then you take it, and then you modify it, and then you speak in your own way, and this things goes on and on. You know, a person modifies it in a better version and speaks in a better version. But for me, the real experience that changed me altogether to be in this fashion of going into that spiritual journey is all because of nature. Because once you understand the language of nature, what it's communicating with you, and once you can experience, once you can vision, once you can see it, then you can understand that it's no more a theory. It's no more the logical mind coming into play. It's something which breaks your identification. It's something that will take you to a world without any identification. Which means that in order for you to actually elevate yourself, go into a different dimension, or understand the energies that nature projects towards you, you actually need to put your mind aside. You need to put your logical thinking aside. You need to put what the mind is projecting when the energy is actually projected from the nature towards you, which is like the mind is kind of blocking it. So in this video, what I want to say is like, yeah, listen to people, listen to videos, and listen to different things, read books, do all of that, which is good. You'll get some knowledge. But in order for you to understand nature, the logical thinking should be put aside. Then only you will truly understand what consciousness is, what awareness is, what the spiritual path that you're taking that will lead to, only when you put your logical thinking aside. Hopefully this video helped you. Thank you, man.